Italy is preparing an important test for its ship Giovanni delle Bande Nere in the Pacific, and it's not just about launching a few missiles, so follow me. On May 3rd, the Italian Navy began a series of operational tests and exercises for the offshore multi-purpose patrol vessel. In its full version, the most advanced and complete configuration of the Naval class, which departed from Taranto. The ship is expected to remain in the Indo-Pacific area for about 6 months, according to sources. During the campaign, the ship will call at several ports and will represent Italy at the international level. The goal is to strengthen international cooperation, improve interoperability with allied fleets, and maintain a stable Italian presence in a region that, as you know, is considered central for global trade and maritime security, which, as we say, is and will increasingly be important in the global balance of power. The mission will be led by Commander Antonio Buffis. In addition to the operational aspects, the deployment will also serve to promote the national industrial sector related to shipbuilding, electronic systems, and Italian naval technologies. In recent years, the Italian presence in the Indo-Pacific has progressively increased, both with the presence of its own vessels and with its defense industry. In this episode, more than ever, it's important to give you an outline of the platform we're talking about. The Giovanni delle Bande Nere, in fact, to avoid offending sailors, the Giovanni delle Bande Nere was delivered to the Navy on October 2, 2024 by Fincantieri as part of the program managed by OCCAR. This is the first unit of the class built in the complete configuration, the full configuration. Compared to the previous variants with lower configurations, Light and Light Plus, this configuration features a complete combat system with advanced capabilities in radar, air defense, electronic warfare, and anti-submarine warfare. The unit has a certain weight. We're talking about a displacement of around 6,400 tons, and it uses Kodak propulsion. The declared maximum speed reaches 32 knots. Now, the PPA platforms have been designed with a strong modular component. We often tell you about this peculiarity of our ships. This component allows it to quickly take on multiple roles depending on the mission profile. 2 areas of the ship, one in the center and one at the stern, actually allow for the loading of containerized cargo and different mission modules. When I talk to you about promoting the Italian and European industrial system, it's not a biased choice on my part. As we read on the Italian Navy's website, on board the ship we find among the main elements of the complete configuration the 2D radar, developed by Leonardo, a fixed-face system made up of 8 AESA panels, capable of operating simultaneously in X-band and C-band. This radar is designed to carry out air and surface detection and also the identification of possible ballistic threats through dedicated modes. A very relevant topic considering what's happening in the Middle East. The ship also integrates the SAMS-D missile system by MBDA Italia, already present on the Bergamini class, and vertical launch systems, VLS, which also operate with the European missiles of the Aster family. Not only, but mainly that family of European Aster missiles. I know, the topic of VLS on board our ships is something that makes many experts frown, but I just have to tell you what's happening right now. Then, for the engineering part, we rely on the Italian Navy. Anyway, among the future capabilities, there is also the possibility of using the Aster 30 Block 1NT developed specifically to counter ballistic threats, as well as to evolve this type of weapon system. The anti-submarine component, on the other hand, includes sonar, dedicated sensors, and Mu-90 torpedoes produced by VAS. The unit is also equipped with the SADOC 4 combat management system. Since we are Italian, it's the brain of the ship, also Italian-made. Among the most important technology installed on board is also the ATAS, the first variable depth sonar designed and built entirely in Italy. A towed sonar that can operate both in active and passive anti-submarine modes. I don't think it needs much introduction. For the cannons on board, guided ammunition guns are installed at the bow, with the classic 127 mm of the class at the bow and at the stern on top of the hangar, where we find a 76mm gun. I could talk at length, for example, about its ram or the ship's bridge, one of the most distinctive, which allows for a reduced number of operators needed to run the ship. But in the future, I promise you a documentary, a dedicated video about this category of ship, about this naval class. In the past few weeks, Fincantieri, here's the latest news, has been tasked with upgrading all the PPA ships from the basic configuration to the full one, allowing the Italian Navy to have ships capable of facing a variety of threats should the situation require it. If you're interested, we've talked about it recently on this channel. Before continuing, I want to remind you that this channel exists thanks to your support. Leave a like, a comment at the end of the video, share this video everywhere on your social media, and consider subscribing. This allows us to keep bringing you this news. Thank you very much. Back to us. I won't give you the usual checklist of the stops made by the ship. If you want, I invite you to read more in the article Among Today's Sources on Naval News by Luca Peruzzi, today's guide. During the mission, however, Giovanni delle Bande Nere will take part in two important exercises, as I already told you. International exercises. International exercises also led by the United States, RIMPAC and Pacific Dragon. The RIMPAC exercise is known not only for being part of the plot of the movie Battleship, which gave us a Rihanna in great shape, I must say, but it's also an exercise. It's famous for being one of the largest naval exercises in the world and involves numerous fleets from Asia, America, and Europe. Pacific Dragon, on the other hand, is mainly focused on cooperation in air and missile defense. For the Italian Navy, this is the second consecutive participation in these operational activities in the Pacific. In 2024, it was actually the PPA, Raimondo Montecuccoli, the ship Montecuccoli, that took part in the exercises during a long global deployment. In that previous mission, the ship had crossed the Atlantic, transited the Panama Canal, operated in the Pacific Ocean, and then returned home, passing through the Indian Ocean, the Suez Canal, after more than 6 months at sea. According to what was reported, again by Naval News, the route of the new mission could include meetings and exercises with several regional navies. And among the possibilities reported by today's sources, there could also be a meeting with the former Italian PPA units sold to Indonesia. In conclusion, I hope I have given you a sense of the significance and importance of this type of exercise. As you may have understood, they are not only useful for maintaining a constant level of interoperability and relationships among allies, but they are also a way to showcase the capabilities and technologies of the countries. We will try to follow up if there are any important updates. Obviously, help us out by always reporting any news about this in our Telegram group Nana Gens Italia, or maybe by tagging us on our social media. Actually, I mean on your social media. Alright, I think you get what I mean. That said, as always, you'll find my commentary on the YouTube channel with all the sources clearly highlighted so you can look into them further. I'll see you here next time. See you soon here on Gens Italia with more news. Bye!